Hey guys, Ryan here with Mantis Defense, and I'm here to talk to you about the Mantis Laser Academy. Right here we have the Mantis Laser Academy kit, right in the back. Inside we have a box. Let's go ahead and take a look at what comes inside of it. In your box you will find the laser training cartridge. You will find portable targets as well as standard targets for the Laser Academy. You'll find a standing tripod, a mini tripod, phone mounts, cartridge removal tool, as well as a lifetime membership, which is a $99 value. This kit is best used with the Mantis Laser Academy app, which is found on the Apple App Store or the Google Play on Android. Back in 2013, when Mantis Defense first started, we had heard of another company called Mantis X that was coming out at the same time. They may have been about a half a year ahead of us, but either way, they came out with a really cool product called the Mantis X. This was a laser diagnostic tool that would attach to the dust cover of a pistol, as long as you had a rail section there, and eventually later on they made it so that it could attach to a base plate of a pistol magazine. So because of that, you were able to use it on the range for live fire as a diagnostic tool. It would show you before and after your shot broke to help you understand whether you're healing, whether you're thumbing, whether you're anticipating or doing anything else wrong in terms of your shooting. It was a very cool little instructor aid tool, essentially, where in your phone you had a private instructor telling you what you were doing wrong and giving you a score as you went. So for anyone that likes to have those kind of logistics, that's a really nice way to have those metrics. Now, 2015, 2016, somewhere in that time frame, a couple of guys at the range that I worked for, they had these tools, so I got to get some hands-on with it and really see that these were great aids for those that wanted to have more of a range trip versus just going and blasting 50 rounds, blasting 100 rounds, and then just going home. So because of that, they were able to take advantage of their 1 hour on the range or their half hour on the range, whatever they were spending that day. In addition to the Mantis X, there's also the Mantis Laser Academy, which is what we're taking a look at here today. The Mantis Laser Academy is a dry fire training tool. So because of that, this is great because it works with an app on the phone. You have a little cartridge that can go inside the gun, and it allows you to go ahead and practice different types of drills, different things like that, and it actually gives you that feedback in terms of what your hits look like and your timing, and that's what's really big about it. Most of the time when you use a shot timer, whether it's in your phone or a real one, you can set a par time. You can set a randomized start time. So because of that, when you draw, you go and you fire, or you practice, from a table, whatever it might be, you can try to race that par time that you set, but you don't really know what your time is. With the Laser Academy, it actually tracks all those times, and so it lets you know what your fastest splits are, whether you're practicing reloads in between. It gives you all that data so that way you can really see the timing. That's really what it comes down to, I think. There's also another thing that they provide called the Blackbeard. The Blackbeard is an auto-resetting trigger system for the AR-15. So remove your bulk carrier group, remove your charging handle, slap that system in, it's good to go. You can see one of our previous videos, we'll link it down below. That video shows you how the Mantis Blackbeard works. What's really nice about the Laser Academy as well is because of it being a laser training tool, you can use something like the NLT SIRT pistol with it, whether it's one of their full-size Glock 17 replicas or their little 365 replicas. There's something that you can use with this program. Now, for the past couple of months, Tim and I have been using this. Tim was using a P30 LEM, and I was using my P226. The reason we were using a double action, single action gun, or double action only gun, it's because we wanted something that we wouldn't have to rack the slide. So because of that, every time we press the trigger, the trigger resets. When you use something like a Glock 17, a P320, a Canic, anything of that nature, those are striker fired guns where you have to rack the slide to reset the trigger. So because of that, it makes it a little bit slower to use the app. You can only fire 1 round at a time, then you have to rack your slide, start over. For us, we're able to practice drawing out of the holster and firing repeatedly if we would like to. The cartridge is tapered, and so because of that, when you're racking your slide, whether you're using a Glock or any other striker fired system, the cartridge is tapered so that way the extractor doesn't pull it out during that process. So because of that, there are O-rings that hold it in place. To remove the cartridge, you'll use the wooden dowel that is provided. As you can see here, these are two different types of targets, and notice they share something in common. They both have these little black QR code boxes in the corners. So what that means is when you open these up in your phone, right, the target itself will be scanned and the phone knows what the hit areas are, as well as it gives you this control box. This is so that you can re-zero your laser if you need to in terms of your offset. One of the pros that we found really that the Mantis Laser Academy excels in is the fact that this allows you to practice your holster draw. So if you're from a state like Maryland, like us, one of the biggest issues is that a lot of the ranges don't support holster draw, and that's because concealed carry was not a very big thing for Maryland prior. So because of that, a lot of ranges don't allow inside the waistband holster draw for the liability purposes. So what's nice is for those that are concealed carry people, it allows you to have some practice and actually get some real feedback from it versus you just practicing holstering and unholstering a gun in your pants standing over your bed, right? So with the Laser Academy, you can actually practice and get some feedback of running some real drills, and then that way when you do have those chances that you can go to the range with your buddy where it's a little bit more free and you can go and practice these kinds of things, you've already got a lot of reps in. One of the drawbacks of this app in itself though through the phone is that if it's too bright or if it's blooming, you cannot use it because it won't be able to detect the actual hits and the target itself. If you wanted to use this outside on a nice fall day, you probably couldn't because the sun will blow it out. What you have to do is you would have to use this inside of a basement, in the garage, in your bedroom, somewhere that it's not as bright. So because of that, it just can't be overly bright because it will blow out the target and you won't track any hits. Nine, 10. I'm gonna press stop. So it's a pretty intuitive system, it looks like. It turns green when it's time to press it to go, red to press it to stop.
Ready.
Well, I hope you guys found this video informative on the Mantis Laser Academy. Feel free to check it out. We have a link down below. As always, guys, I'm Ryan with Mantis Defense. Stay safe, shoot straight.